Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. If we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom? Here. Mrs. Spiritu? Here. Ms. Laird? Here. Ms. Lewis? Here. Mr. Price?
Here. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from our regular meeting on January 23rd, 2023, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Laird. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Laird? Mrs. Bloom? Yes. Mrs. Spiritu? Yes. Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved. No walk-on items tonight?
No, sir.
All right, we'll move on to the community part and turn it over to you, John.
All right. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This is our very favorite meeting of the year because we talk about tonight excellence. Your child, your student, has been honored as what we call a stellar student. And it's done by the Learning Liberty Foundation, and we'll hear more about that in a moment. But the whole goal of that organization is to reward excellence. Your child has been chosen out of their class as the student. Now, you're going to see on their plaque tonight that it says Student of the Month. It's not Student of the Month, really. It's Student of the Year. This is the only time we do this for this grade level. So this isn't Student of the Month. This is the student in that classroom. So if there's ever been a moment to be proud, it's this moment. We're all very proud of them. So what we'd like to do is we're going to bring the entire grade level up. We'll line them across the front. And then we're going to hear one at a time what their teachers or the adults in their lives have said about them, which have earned their spot here this evening. And you're going to hear things like citizenship and good grades and kindness to others and all the things that you know about your child. And now we all know about your child. A beautiful thing. What we'll do then is award them with their plaque and their certificate. We're going to then kind of go over here and take pictures right now, right here and now. So as soon as we do the announcement and we'll name all the names, we'll kind of move everybody over to the side right here on the floor. And I want you to get right up here and get that picture, okay? We don't want to miss a thing, all right? But we'll do all these and then we'll have a round of applause and then get a group picture, individual pictures, whatever you'd like to do. We'll take our time and do this properly because this is a big deal. Before we do that, though, I would like to recognize, I see a lot of staff members have come to honor these child. Could I have all the staff members that are here from Fremont City Schools please stand? Thank you. All right, thank you. Let's begin. Ms. Bloom?
Oh, yes, just the first grader. Hi, I'm Sue Brickner, and I am representing the Learning and Liberty Foundation. The Learning and Liberty Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. It is the brainchild of then Superintendent Kent Watkins and Administrator David Brickner, and original board members Dr. Chuck Hull and Bill Wingard. Their goal was to develop a program to help fund school projects and programs. Fast forward 40 years, and we now award instructional grants for teachers, recognize stellar students. Tonight it will be grades 1 through 3. In March, it'll be grades 4 through 8. Acknowledgement and recognition of academic Olympics for grades 6 through 12. The Crystal Apple Award for teachers, the Gold Medal Banquet, and multiple scholarships for high school seniors. Since the inception in the mid-'80s, the Learning and Liberty Foundation has given over $100,000 for these programs. Tonight, we're going to start with the stellar students. Ava, do you want to stand up? My helper with the awards is Ava Smith, who is a senior this year and will be heading to Heidelberg next year. So I will start with first grade. So I'd like all the first grade students to come up and stand in front of the trophies, sixth grade. And please hold your applause until all names have been announced. When I call your name, just take one step forward so we know who we're talking about here. Our first student is Jalea Carter, daughter of Bernadette Witt and Jonathan Carter. She is a first grade student in Mrs. Lynn Schrader's class. Jalea likes to play with her brother and sister. She really likes to beat her brother at Roblox basketball. Jalea also has fun riding her scooter and going to the park. Jalea was nominated because she sets a good example for the other students in her class by being a good listener and a hard worker. She is kind, caring, and thoughtful. Mrs. Schrader can always count on her to do her best. According to Jalea, the students should work hard and listen in class so they can learn. Congratulations and thank you, Jalea. The second student is Connor Ellenberger, son of Blair and Brittany Ellenberger. She is a first grade student in Mrs. Carrick's class. These are all from Atkinson. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that. Within the classroom, math is his favorite subject, especially subtraction and playing math games during math workshop. He also enjoys physical education because he likes sports, especially soccer, football, and basketball. Outside of school, Connor plays basketball as a member of Team Magic. He hopes to become a football player when he grows up. When his school day is over, Connor likes to play Mario Kart with his family and enjoys going out to eat. Connor was nominated because he is a very happy, polite, and well-mannered boy. He comes to school each day prepared and ready to learn. He makes great choices, eagerly accepts new learning challenges, and encourages others to do their best. He is an excellent role model for his peers. Connor is often spotted helping others and is a top quality student. Connor said, "I really like school. I really like you, Mrs. Carrick. You let us do fun stuff to learn. I have lots of friends and our class works like a team does. I wish I could stay in this class forever." Congratulations and thank you, Connor. Our next student is Coraline Fisher, daughter of Casey and Toby Fisher. He's a student in Mrs. Julie Yoder's class. Coraline likes to go to school, especially on PE days. She likes to play tag and enjoys playing with her Barbies. Coraline was nominated because she is a very kind and thoughtful young girl. She is always willing to help those around her and does her best in all of her work. Coraline thinks school is important because she learns about reading. Coraline said, "If I learn about reading, I can read more and more books." Congratulations and thank you, Coraline. From Krogan School, we have Lucy Ontiveros, daughter of Manny and Dana Ontiveros, is a first grade student in Erica Rudd's class. Lucy likes to ride her bike, color and play with her sister. Lucy is in dance and wants to be a chef when she grows up. Lucy was nominated because she is a very attentive student. She listens, gives her best effort, and always completes her work. Lucy is also very responsible in the classroom and outside of the classroom. Lucy can always be counted on to do the right thing and to help others. She is polite, respectful, and has a great personality. Lucy has really come out of her shell this year, said her teacher. She has also enjoyed watching Lucy make new friends and build relationships. Lucy said, "School is fun. Congratulations and thank you, Lucy." Our next student is also from Krogan. Olivia Vea, daughter of Carrie and Juan Vea, is a first grade student in Lori Nosseman's class. Olivia enjoys volleyball and track. At home, she likes to play school. Olivia likes being the teacher. She also likes to cheer on the girls' basketball team. Olivia was nominated because she is a top quality first grader who comes to class prepared and ready to learn each day. She is always willing to help others in the classroom. Her big smile brightens up the day. Olivia said, "I love my reading group time and going to the library." Congratulations and thank you, Olivia. Casey Reynolds is our next stellar student from Krogan. He's the son of Lindsay LeGroux in Heather Freeman's class. Casey enjoys playing soccer and freeze tag. He likes to play with his friends and enjoys playing on his iPad. Casey also likes to spend time holding his baby sister. Casey was nominated because he is a great leader and role model for his classmates. He is kind to everyone and is always willing to help. Casey always tries his very best in class. Casey said, "School is important because you can make friends and you learn a lot." Congratulations and thank you, Casey. From Lutz School, we have Eveline Heischman, daughter of Cassandra Damschroeder and Eric Metz, a first grade student in Mrs. Casillas' class. Eveline loves to color and feels she is really good at it. She also likes to go outside to play. She can ride her bike and a scooter. Eveline was nominated because she has a kind heart and will always try to make others feel better. She helps in the classroom and never complains. Eveline enjoys learning new things. She listens and follows directions as well as put her best effort into her work. She can always be counted on to do what is expected. Eveline is a bright ray of sunshine in her classroom, and everyone loves seeing her beautiful smile every day. Eveline shared, "Be helpful to other people so they can smile." Congratulations and thank you, Eveline. Our next student is Quinn Goon, daughter of Morgan Goon, first grade student in Mrs. McAfee's class. Quinn plays volleyball and swims. She enjoys doing crafts and coloring. Quinn also likes to bake and play with her baby brother. Her favorite thing at school is recess because she gets to play with her friends from different classes. Quinn was nominated because she is an exceptional young lady. She is always eager to learn and participate in class. Quinn is very responsible and consistently puts forth her best effort. Her teachers and classmates appreciate her positive attitude and consideration of others. Mrs. McAfee feels it is a pleasure having Quinn in her class. Quinn said, "Learning math and reading is really fun." Congratulations and thank you, Quinn. Owen Holt is the son of Megan Willie, is a student in Mrs. Reynolds' class. Owen likes to play games. He also enjoys soccer. Owen likes to learn, and his favorite part of the day is math stations. He enjoys coloring and playing with his sister. Owen was nominated because he is an excellent student. He comes to school each day ready to learn and wearing a smile on his face. Owen is a great rule follower. He is definitely a role model in his class. Owen participates in classroom discussions and is eager to learn new things. He is polite and always uses his manners. Owen is very responsible and puts forth his best effort daily. Mrs. Reynolds feels Owen is very deserving of this award and feels blessed to have Owen in her class. Owen stated, "School is important. It makes your brain big." Congratulations and thank you, Owen. From Otis School, we have Cohen Clements, son of Paige Warren and Alan Clements, is a first grade student in Lindsay Vanderveen's class. Cohen likes to play football, baseball, and soccer. His favorite thing about school is recess and math. Cohen was nominated because he is such a hard worker and always tries his best. He is energetic about learning. Cohen is a great helper and role model in the classroom. Cohen hopes to be a construction worker when he grows up. Congratulations and thank you, Cohen. Our next student is Rosiah Abernathy, daughter of Kiana Sims, is a first grade student in Mrs. Hiroga's class. Rosiah's favorite subject in school is math. She also likes playing with her friends at recess. When she is not at school, Rosiah enjoys riding her electric scooter and cooking with her mom. Rosiah was nominated because she comes to school every day with a positive attitude. She is always ready to learn with a smile on her face. Rosiah demonstrates a great work ethic on all class assignments. She gives 110% effort on all assignments, even when the work is challenging. Finally, Rosiah was nominated because she is such a caring and sweet student. She is a friend to anyone and is respectful to her teachers as well as her peers. Mrs. Quiroga feels it is an honor having Rosiah in her class. Rosiah stated, "When I grow up, I want to be a famous artist and paint sunsets and mountains." Congratulations and thank you, Rosiah. Keon Dallas, son of Mary Grace Unland, is a first grade student in Mrs. Wendling's class. Keon loves to spend time with his family playing any type of game. He loves playing video games with his brother Isaiah and reading anything he can get his hands on. In school, Keon loves to do puzzles, help others, help his teacher, and read, read, read. Keon was nominated because he has a little body full of energy and one-liners. He is hysterical without trying to be and doesn't have a mean bone in his body. Keon brings an energy to the classroom that is incomparable to any other. He is always moving and thinking. Keon loves to help others who may be struggling and is incredibly patient with them. He can be heard saying, "Here, like this, watch me." Then he offers praise when they are able to complete it successfully. If there is a paper with words on it, Keon is reading it. Mrs. Wendling says her favorite part of the day is when Keon arrives. He always walks in with his book bag in one hand and his breakfast in the other and announces, "I back." Keon has a lot of energy and thoughts, so he has worked very hard this year, channeling that energy and saving those thoughts for a time when his teacher can listen. His self-confidence has grown, and another favorite quote of Keon is, "I am a genie, us." His teacher agrees with him. When Keon was asked what he thought made him a stellar student, he replied, "Because I am listening and being a good friend and paying attention." His teacher feels he is a stellar student because he never gives up, he asks for help, and he's determined. She is incredibly proud of him and feels so lucky to have him in her class, where she helps him master new skills each day. Congratulations and thank you, Keon. I did.
They shoot someone up, but I'm not in the room. Sorry, photo bomb it.
Be careful ready there. And just say it like you know it. No, no. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. All right, if we could have all of our second grade stellar students come down to the front. All right, our second grade students, starting with Atkinson, we have Cadence Grine. Cadence is the daughter of Chelsea Sabo and is a second grader in Mrs. Beatty's class. Cadence's favorite subject is math. She also enjoys running on the track at the YMCA. Cadence has a lot of fun playing tag. Cadence was nominated because she works hard every day to be the best she can be. She is a wonderful role model for how to be a good friend and is very reflective about the best ways to treat others. Cadence also stated, "Always be friendly." Congratulations and thank you, Cadence. Next, we have Cecilia Contreras, daughter of Kaja Poe and Oakley Contreras, is a second grade student in Stacy Gilbert's class. Cecilia likes to help her mom. She also enjoys riding her bike and playing soccer. Cecilia was nominated because she is a hardworking student who always tries her best. She is also a great role model and a friend to others. Cecilia stated, "I love doing fun things at school and spending time with my family." Congratulations and thank you, Cecilia. Next, from Krogan, we have Braxton Podridge, son of Brianne Smith and Zachary Podridge. He is a second grade student in Mrs. Carballo's class. Braxton enjoys playing on his laptop. He is also having fun playing with his new toys from Santa. Braxton enjoys going to the mall. He also spends his free time playing soccer. Braxton was nominated because he is kind, responsible, and a hard worker. He loves to learn. Mrs. Carballo says, "Braxton is a kind and helpful student. He always tries his hardest and never gives up. I love his positive attitude. Congratulations and thank you, Braxton. Levi Whitmer, son of Justin and Sheena Whitmer, is a second grade student in Amanda Stein's class. Levi says he enjoys playing Fortnite, riding his bike, going out to eat with his family, and going to the park. While at school, Levi likes to do centers and math. Levi was nominated because he is always positive. He is kind and a good classmate. His laugh is contagious. Levi has a great sense of humor. He adds positive energy to his class, and his teacher is so happy to be his teacher. Levi said, "It is important to be a hard worker. Always do your best and remember to study." Congratulations and thank you, Levi. Mylin McKinstry, daughter of Lee and Jennifer McKinstry, is a second grade student in Kelly Axe's class. Mylin likes to read, listen to music, and snack on candy. She enjoys running and is planning on joining track and field. Mylin was nominated because she has a great attitude. She puts in 100% effort with everything. Mylin is a positive role model for her classmates. Her teacher asked her what advice she would give other students on being successful, and she replied, "If you want to do something, you can do it." Congratulations and thank you, Mylin. From Lutz, we have Zoe Garza, daughter of Sydney and Nicholas Garza, is a second grade student in Miss Bentman's class. Zoe enjoys playing soccer. She also participates in gymnastics and ballet. Zoe has fun playing outside. She also collects fidgets. Zoe was nominated because she has been an amazing student since the first day of school. She always tries her best while setting an example of wonderful behavior for others. Zoe shows kindness and compassion for everyone. She is also a great helper to her teacher and classmates. Miss Bentman is very proud of Zoe. Zoe's quote is, "Be positive." Congratulations and thank you, Zoe. Delilah Sales, daughter of Cruz Sr. and Jessica Lucas, is a second grade student in Mrs. Markwith's class. Delilah enjoys reading and math. She likes to color and enjoys spending time with her cousins outside. Playing games with her family is another thing Delilah enjoys. Delilah was nominated because she is respectful and conscientious. Yep. She consistently thinks of others and finding ways to help. When Mrs. Markwith grades papers, she often finds notes from Delilah about how much she loves school and learning. She is very artistic and loves to craft and make things for her classmates, teachers, and family. Delilah is very special because she treats everyone with kindness and respect. She will stand up for others, includes everyone, and consistently brings a smile to the faces of both her peers and teachers. Delilah is a stellar student and always makes her classroom shine. Delilah's favorite thing about school is spending time with all the kids. Her personal quote is, "Always be kind." Congratulations and thank you, Delilah. Lydia Jensen, daughter of Addie Jensen, is a second grade student in Miss Trasick's class. Lydia enjoys playing basketball and soccer. She also spends her free time reading. Lydia was nominated because she is a lovely, dedicated, and hardworking student. She loves school and her teacher. Lydia has many friends and sets positive examples for others. She also behaves and often earns a full punch card because of her wise choices in class. Lydia's favorite way to spend her ticket is choosing show and share. Lydia may seem shy, but she loves to talk. Lydia stated, "Always do what is right and the right things will happen to you." Congratulations and thank you, Lydia. From Otis, we have Catherine Rydell, daughter of David and Holly Rydell, is a second grade student in Michelle Wilhelm's class. Catherine loves to play with her sister and cousins. Catherine was nominated because she is a hard worker and has made so much progress this year. Mrs. Wilhelm is very proud of her and feels she should be proud of herself. Catherine is such a joy to have in class. Catherine said, I love to come to school and want to be a vet when I grow up. Congratulations and thank you, Catherine. I apologize if I mess up this name. Next, we have Kam, son of Su Tang and Tang Tal. He is a second grade student in Julie Measl's class. Kam likes to draw and play games. He especially likes hide and seek and tag. Kam is a very good artist. Kam was chosen because of his hard work ethic and dedication to learning. His behavior is outstanding. Kam helps his teacher and other students whenever possible. Kam said, I love my new school. The teachers and kids are so nice. My favorite part of the day is listening to the stories and working with my friends. Congratulations and thank you, Kam. And last but not least, we have Sydney Whited, daughter of Bridget Witt and James Whited, is a second grade student in Tia Price's class. Sydney likes to go to the park with her family. She also likes to read at home with her dad. Sydney was nominated because she is an amazing young lady. She was always respectful to others and willing to help. Sydney goes above and beyond. She helps her neighbors with classwork or if they spill their school box on the floor. Sydney is a wonderful young lady. Sydney said, I always try my best. Congratulations and thank you, Sydney. If we could now have our third grade stellar students down front. Starting from Atkinson, we have Tamira Flanoy. Daughter of Damika McKinstry is a third grade student in Miss Lowry's class. Tamira is a member of the Make a Difference Club at school. In her free time, she likes to play volleyball and basketball. She also enjoys playing with her dogs and collecting rocks. Tamira was nominated because she is a great role model for her peers. Her class's rule is to be respectful. Tamira is always respectful to her teachers, classmates, and everyone she meets. She is always willing to help everyone. She does her best and strives for good grades. Tamira said, be kind and treat all people with respect. Congratulations and thank you, Tamira. Carter Liggins, son of Lauren Matthews, is a third-grade student in Mrs. Davlin's class. Carter likes to play basketball at the rec center. In his free time, he likes to play video games. Carter also watches history videos on YouTube. Carter was nominated because Mrs. Davlin feels everyone needs a Carter in class. His eagerness to learn is contagious, and he soaks up knowledge like a sponge. He also loves to participate in class and share his unique wealth of knowledge with others. He has made outstanding progress this year due to his love of learning, positive attitude, and good work ethic. Mrs. Davlin is very proud of him. Carter is a top-notch student, and great things will follow him as a Fremont little giant. Carter said, "I really like learning as much as I can. After doing virtual learning, I really appreciate coming to school because I like to interact with other people. Congratulations and thank you, Carter." From Krogan, we have Sophia Frandrich, daughter of Lauren Young and Aaron Frandrich, is a third-grade student in Mrs. Tomlinson's class. Sophia enjoys playing Legos with her brother. She also likes to draw and have movie nights with her family. Sophia was nominated because she is very dedicated to her studies and her classroom community. She shows positivity every day to her classmates and her teacher. Mrs. Tomlinson feels she is a gem to have in class. Sophia likes what her teacher says every day in class: train your brain, choices, and consequences. Congratulations and thank you, Sophia. Kayla Crispin, daughter of Gianni and Chad Crispin, is a third grader in Nicholas Malley's class. Kayla likes to play soccer. She also enjoys sitting on the couch and watching TV. Kayla spends time playing outside with her friends. Kayla was nominated because she is an influential student who always does her best. She is constantly making people smile and assisting others whenever she can. Kayla is a very kind, hardworking, and friendly student. Kayla said, "There is nothing better than someone who goes out of their way to make life better for others." Congratulations and thank you, Kayla. Eloise Pollock, daughter of Jared and Samantha Pollock, is a third-grade student in Mrs. Brittany Handuel's class. Eloise enjoys volleyball, roller skating, painting, and drawing. Eloise was nominated because she goes above and beyond in class. She participates and adds creative input to her class discussions. Never hesitates to step in and help a classmate. Mrs. Handuel said, "It is a privilege to be Eloise's teacher. Her work ethic and positivity are contagious." Congratulations and thank you, Eloise. From Lutz, we have Olivia Young, daughter of Jackie and Nathaniel Young, is a third-grade student in Mrs. Anstead's class. Olivia likes art, singing, and dancing. Olivia was nominated because she is a great person. She has a big heart and a positive attitude. Olivia is a hard worker and doesn't mind a challenge. Olivia is a role model for others. Olivia said, "I think school is really fun, and in the future, I might become a teacher." Congratulations and thank you, Olivia. Michaela DeWalt, daughter of Kim and Emily DeWalt and Rick Lee, is a third-grade student in Mrs. Hensel's class. Michaela is a well-rounded young lady. She enjoys painting. Much of her artwork is done on canvas and wood. Michaela is a people person and loves spending time with family and friends. She enjoys playing soccer. Michaela loves spending time with family and playing board games and watching movies. Michaela was nominated because she is an eager and enthusiastic worker. She is responsible and puts forth great effort. Her determined attitude helps her succeed. Michaela is positive and looks for the good in every situation. She is in tune with others and considerate of feelings of the people around her. It is a pleasure to recognize Michaela as a stellar student. Michaela said, "Don't judge, love." Congratulations and thank you, Michaela. Greg Schalk, son of Christian Lindsay and Michael Schalk, is a third-grade student in Mrs. Morris's class. Greg likes to go to Cedar Point in the summer. He likes to play with his RC cars, his dogs, and visit Kelly's Island. In school, he really enjoys science. Greg was nominated because he is an excellent student. He is responsible and consistently puts forth 100% effort. Greg has a positive attitude every day. He is kind and helpful. He is a role model for all students. Greg says an important thing in his life is that when he is having a rough day, his mom always asks, "What's going on?" And this always makes him feel better. Congratulations and thank you, Greg. From Otis, we have Jeremiah Alejandro, son of Jennifer Rios and Juan Alejandro Jr. He is a third grade student in Heather Hetrick's class. Jeremiah's favorite football team is the Jets. He also enjoys playing flag football. Jeremiah was nominated because he has stellar attendance. He always asks for help and always completes homework correctly every week. Jeremiah helps others, stays on task, and does quality work. Jeremiah says, to be a good student in school, you need to do your homework. Congratulations and thank you, Jeremiah. Juliet Alam, daughter of Tanisha Alam, is a third grade student in Mrs. Husky's class. Juliet enjoys wrestling and soccer. She spends time reading and playing Legos as well as puzzles. Juliet was nominated because she consistently strives to do her best on all schoolwork. She treats others with respect and kindness. Juliet has a willingness to help both teachers and fellow students anytime she is able. Juliet said, "School is important because if you don't learn anything, you can't get a job." Congratulations and thank you, Juliet. Last but not least, we have Soraya Shields, daughter of Kimberly Smith. She's a third grade student in Courtney Jared's class. Soraya absolutely loves art. She also enjoys drawing, crafting, and roller skating. She was nominated because she's a sweet and loving girl. She is motivated, shows effort, and always tries her best. Soraya puts in a ton of extra time at home and is making so much progress. When she was asked what she likes to do about school, she said, "I love to come to school every day to see my friends and read." Congratulations and thank you, Soraya. Oh, I know. I'm trying to give you more. Round or wandering around, right? And then one of the ones that step forward.
I see the last few getting pictures. Just as you're leaving, folks, this doesn't happen in a vacuum. What you've witnessed tonight doesn't happen on its own. It happens with parents who expect their children to do their best and then support them. Even when they make mistakes, you're right there for them. These are the kind of students that make what I do a joy and what these staff members do a joy. So thank you for these students and bringing them to Fremont City Schools every day. Thank you so much. How about those third graders? Now, this is your chance to run away if you'd like to run away. We are going to continue our business meeting, but if you'd like to be dismissed, maybe go home, do some homework, maybe read, be kind to your neighbors, all the things. Thank you.
A little bit. We're gonna see, you could tell it's parents, grandparents, and aunts, I mean, all for,
Yeah,
yeah.
the full family. Yep. That's exciting. It's a meeting. It's a meeting. Yep. Quite a bit of it in the room.
Give it a minute.
He's been all-
And it closes.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and we'll get back into our regular stuff now. So we're done with the students, so we'll jump back to the legislative report. Chantel?
So what I have for you today is to consider, and I think there's a motion on the agenda to approve if you so desire.
Mhm.
I'm recommending that we purchase, if not all, multiple modules of what you have in the handout here from the Ohio School Board Association. We've talked before about the fact that with COVID, some of the training that those of us had gotten years ago was stopped. And it's available in different methods now, but maybe not quite as effective. So what we have here is this. These are webinars that can be purchased individually for $50 each. What I love about this is, to be cost effective, we don't have the travel expense. And when you purchase it, you can schedule it. And not only that, but board members to come then. It becomes part of our library, in essence. So I like the cost effectiveness of that as well. And you'll see a lot of the topics are very relevant to some of what we have coming up here. And some of that is specific to legislation. So the first one is informed governance, monitoring progress towards district student achievement goals. The takeaways from that is to learn basic components of a program, a review so you can form good questions for monitoring student achievement. All of us come from different backgrounds. Very few of us have an education background. So to make that connection between the community and professional educators, what questions should we ask? Learn the specific role of board members and the superintendent in the process of monitoring achievement. Those are two very different roles. They're actually defined in the Ohio Revised Code and state law. A very good thing to learn it so that we collaboratively know how to stay in our lane, so to speak. And identify and evaluate spending areas most likely to impact student achievement and the metrics most likely to indicate student engagement. And in the remote learning world, we still have some of that happening. So I definitely recommend that one. Budgeting and fiscal operations, just like not all of us have education background, not all of us have formal fiscal background. Yet it's something that we all have to work together on. I love the takeaways with that. Next one, I think this is really interesting in our time. So we talked about with the levy, the role in which school board members can play on ballot items, yet still be active parts of legislation, and how to advocate for what legislative pieces impact the school. We have to navigate those waters differently now, and I think it's very relevant. So gaining insight on how to be effective, informed, and collaborative, discuss the issues coming to our communities, and how to ensure that the needs of all students are met. That's a big question in relation to legislation, and I think that'd be very good. Next one, governing with and within visionary framework, going up to the top beyond, we have to get these evaluations done. This is also very timely. Some may or may not have participated in giving a formal evaluation. And although we've met in an executive session on what a little bit of that might look like, I think this is one that would be good for us to look at together as we put that framework together. And then informed governance, what everyone should know about the yellow bus and transportation safety. Kind of seems a little out there from some of the other topics, but at the same time, how many of us know? How many of us can say we know? It's a big part of our budget. It's a big part of safety, and it's part of everyday operation of a school. So if not all of them, I would think just at least a few, but my recommendation is that we make the purchase of all of those and then schedule time to review them as a group. Some of them are a little bit more timely, perhaps the performance evaluations as that's coming up. But what I was thinking is where we have workshop time, you've done presentations, which are wonderful. Let us know what's going on in the school. Perhaps we can alternate a little bit. And some of what's going on in the school, and then one be a specific task of a board in training. The time of these, they are 90 minutes or less, so an hour and a half or less. So that's my presentation for legislation, is let's learn how.
All right. Moving on to the hearing of the public. Denise, unless there's something you want to address the board with, or Andrew. No need, we'll skip on over to that.
We thank you for coordinating all the picture taking though this evening.
Yes.
That was wonderful.
Moving on to the superintendent's report.
All right, thank you very much. I've got a few items this evening, board, for your pleasure. The safety day that I'm planning March 22nd, actually we as a team, we met again with my kind of core team in the district today, which was principals, SROs, assistant principals, and directors, facilities and operations. And that's going to be a great day. So I do invite you to come March 22nd. We're going to be in here for the first hour of the day, meeting all of our first responders and talking about more broad philosophical approaches to safety and drills and fight or flight or run, hide, fight, or all those things that are out there. We're just going to spend some time doing that. I've been in contact with the new Ohio Safe School Commission, OSSC, to get some advice on what to include. We're looking at kits for each classroom that would have some items in it that in case something goes really badly, they would have some stuff in there. We're working on that. So it's going to be a great day. I just want you to let you know that's coming. And I think it couldn't be more timely, just what's going on in our world. So that's March 22nd, Safety Day here. We are going to have students dismissed for the day and just have the staff. We also found an organization, actually at OSBA, Capitol Conference. We talked to one of the booth holders there, and they're an organization of law enforcement officers who have started a resource just for bus drivers and violent situations. So I had not seen anything like that before now. So we also have that plan for our drivers. It's a little bit of a cost, but it's worth, I think, bringing in some professionals who have spent a lot of time designing a plan to give bus drivers some tools to manage maybe a hostile situation that they could have. You'd be surprised sometimes how, well, you probably wouldn't be surprised, but there often are angry parents that board buses ready to take on Junior who's bothering their child. I mean, it happens, unfortunately, more often than it should. So it'll give them some tools and equip them. It's actually a full 8 hours. We're breaking that into 2 days, once March 2nd for our scheduled PD day, and then finish that up on the 22nd. That's special just for drivers. So I'm looking forward to that day. Tiffin City Schools has hired TDA to do some research and look into new facilities for them. So they've reached out and they've asked for a tour, grand tour. So in a couple of weeks on a Saturday, we're going to meet here and at one elementary and do a swap with about 40 or 50 people representing Tiffin City Schools who've come to just kind of see what we did, talk about what we like, maybe what we would do differently, impact on learning, just all those things. And that's being organized with TDA, our architects for this building, that could come and see a project that's close by and obviously a very successful project. So we're pretty excited and flattered that they're willing to come and look at our beautiful new spaces. In that same line, I got this week in the mail, I think I may have mentioned this a while back, but we won a design award from TDA through design, what's it called? American School and University School Designs.com is the organization. And they sent a nice letter talking about the high school and what recognition it's gotten in that organization. And it says, as a guide for the evaluations of the design, sorry, a little frog here. The jurors paid special attention to these criteria: inclusive and welcoming, agile, beauty that inspires, which I really appreciated, a seamless integration of indoors and out, promotes collaboration, community, and active learning, innovation throughout the building, sustainability, budget consciousness, health and safety, and high quality construction. Those were the parameters on which this was awarded. So just wanted to kind of read that to you. And, we can walk a little tall, I think, and talk about what our building has done for us in all of our district and how proud our community can be of what we've got here. So that's it for my report. I don't know if anybody had any questions for me right now. Mr. Price, with your permission, I'll continue.
Yep.
Very good. Moving into our agenda this evening, facilities and operations. And the first one of our favorites always, is to recognize those who made donations to the district this last few weeks. Harold Anderson, some physical science items, a couple anonymous cash donations to the FMS Drama Club and Library. Shari Oman, some bookmarks for Atkinson School. Charlie and Connie Patchett, very generous, $350 for books for the Krogan Elementary, and Andrea Shell, 20 books for the Krogan Library, also for $200.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lewis. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Espiritu. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mrs. Spiritu,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Laird,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you very much. And under item 2 is our contract tonight, and that is what Chantel has already spoken to, is the potential of approving this online training for governance, informed governance.
Can I get a motion to approve item 2, please?
So moved.
I'll give this one to Mrs. Espiritu. Ms. Lewis, would you like to second this?
Sure, thank you.
Any discussion?
One thing I forgot to say, well, I think a lot of the topics it would be best for us to do collectively. You could do one individually, and I believe the way board compensation goes is if you're going to do that individually, you're paid for, what is that, half comp of the day? Yep, half comp of a meeting, something like that. So you couldn't make one and you needed to do it on your own. Do that.
As the new kid on the block, I would really appreciate that. These I just think there are things that like I go back and research after a meeting because I'm not quite sure. So I think that would be very helpful.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Spiritu,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Laird,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you very much. I think that's a good move. I really do. Items 3 through 8 are our first reading for this next round of policies. Just as far as grouping, the 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all about access, basically through either facilities or special ed or disability. Those kind of a theme of access. And then 7, 8 are just an update for a relationship basically with our outside organizations, PTOs, boosters clubs, and so forth. So all of these have been vetted through our policy committee, and also we're all came through the process of OSBA policy recommendations. So all vetted for first reading.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve items 3 through 8, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Laird. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Spiritu. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Laird,
Yes.
Mrs. Spiritu,
Yes.
Ms. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you. Item 9 is kind of a correction, so we thought we'd just go ahead and revise and approve the calendar. It's the same calendar you've already approved, but we didn't have graduation on there. So we thought, let's let them graduate and have you approve it. So with your approval tonight, there'll be a lot of seniors who are very relieved that they'll actually get to graduate with the calendar.
All right, can I get a motion to approve item 9, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Laird. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Laird,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Mrs. Spiritu,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you very much. Starting in the staff section then, item 10, I have one resignation from a paraprofessional at Krogan. Item 11 is some approvals. First is A, classified staff substitutes. We've got Rebecca Dicker, Santinia Minor, and Haley Rios. Item B is staff substitutes again, support staff listed there from Brandy down to Diana. Item 12 are supplemental contracts for spring sports. Be here before you know it. Item 13, supplemental for Nicole Colossus, the first one as head golf coach. Item 14, continuing the supplemental duties. We have there in the middle, Alyssa Fields and Michael Rankin. And then item 15, special event workers, starting with Jillian Alflin and ending with Adam Taylor. Item 16, continuing on, we have Kimberly Bell, Adam Steinmetz, and Kristen Roth, who are taking on student teachers and thereby earned a stipend. And then item 17 is a list of status changes for those who have increased on the salary schedule.
Can I get a motion to approve items 10 through 17, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lewis. Can I have a second?
Second.
Didn't see who was, sorry. Second by Mrs. Bloom, sorry. It's different hearing it through and here.
It's a little
on the
echoey tonight.
microphone. You can't pick out the individual voice.
Gotta get Henry to get us a monitor up here, right?
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Mrs. Spiritu,
Yes.
Ms. Laird,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you very much. Moving on, item 18, we've got a couple recognitions. First one is National Counseling Week. I don't think there's ever been a time in our history where we needed the counselors more than we need them now. So I think it's rightly so that we recognize them through National Counseling Week. And then item 19, something that we really do all over the district, I think a good job of, is recognizing Black History Month. So with your approval of those two. Oh, I'm sorry, there's a roll call after 18. I apologize.
Oh,
So first of all, National Counseling.
okay. Can I get a motion to approve item 18, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Bloom. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Spiritu. Any discussion?
So in recognition of National Counseling Week, what would that look like? What
What do we
say?
actually do? We actually just, our building principals kind of recognize them with announcements and so forth in the building. There's not a lot else that we do other than this, and we try to make a big deal of them. A lot of internal stuff in the buildings, just taking care of them.
Like a lunch or anything?
Well, look into that. I don't know what particulars in each building, but I know each building principal kind of takes over to manage that. I will follow up on that.
There's a basket
There's a basket.
that
Oh.
we give them.
Oh, from the district, you're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gina.
Got it.
Mhm.
For those who couldn't hear, we do have a gift basket that comes from my office through Gina. So there you go. Yeah, thank you.
Did something, so it's
Yeah,
not just.
it's just not just us.
Yeah,
Not
look
just
it up
an
in the
attaboy.
minutes. We gave you a shout out, you know?
Yeah. Once again, Gina takes
Yeah.
care of all of it. There you go. There's the lesson in that.
There's some public recognition as well on the website. The,
Yes.
Facebook page.
Yes.
excuse me.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom? Yes. Mrs. Spiritu? Yes. Ms. Laird? Yes. Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes, motion approved.
And thank you. Item 19 then is the board's adoption of a resolution for Black History Month, which is, as I said, we do something pretty special in each building.
Can I get a motion to approve item 19, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Bloom. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lewis. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom? Yes. Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mrs. Spiritu?
Yes.
Ms. Laird?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you very much.
All right, moving on to report of the treasurer.
I finally have some somewhat good news that we just got end of last week, beginning of this week. Hopefully it's good news. Late last week, the appeal that Lorraine County had done on the Nexus pipeline had gotten dismissed. Now, they do have 30 days to file an appeal with the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeals, but hopefully this one will stick. Jerry, I'm reading an email that Jerry Miller had sent me on some of the information. At this point, Nexus has paid their first half real estate payments that were just collected. So the payments we'll be receiving will be at their 40% that they had been paying. So we won't see that additional amount that they've owed until probably the next collection, they're hoping. So at least we'll have a little bit of extra income coming in. So
And
That-
what did it go to? 58?
58 or 60%, yeah. So we're actually very happy with it.
And that will have to be, they have to go back,
Mhm.
just like we had to with AMP. So we'll be
Yes.
getting
3 years?
Oh.
recouped
Three?
for those, how many years was it?
I think 3.
it's 3.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, of course, it isn't finished yet, so
Right. Yep.
whatever length of time that is, so
Yeah.
that'll be nice to actually have one go in our favor instead
Yeah.
of against us. so.
Yes, for
Yes.
sure.
So that's my good news for the night. And then I have one item on here for approval tonight. Some of our libraries are need some additional appropriations due to the Scholastic Book Fair. They sold more than what they anticipated, so their expenses came in a little bit higher. So they're on here tonight. And then student activities account, and then we also had a grant that came in late in the year that we're getting ready to spend. So now that everything's finalized through our CCIP, we can get it appropriated and use it.
Can I get a motion to approve item 20, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Laird. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Spiritu. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Laird?
I'm sorry,
Oh.
just a real quick,
No.
the Scholastic Book Fair
Mhm.
is that a fundraiser that's shared in the revenue with the district? Did you get any
Those
of that or no?
PTOs, huh?
It's run, they have like their own activity account. So it's really for their own, like each library has their own account that they bring in and out of funds, and they spend those funds just themselves. It's not
But it's
part of
revenue
the,
towards the library.
yes, it's
So even though their
specifically,
expenses went up, their revenue would have too,
Right,
by greater
yes.
sales.
Yep.
Okay,
so
okay.
it's strictly for
That's
the
good.
library though. Yep.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Laird?
So, maybe the next thing.
Mrs. Spiritu?
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved.
Oh. Forgot I had one more item. Sorry about that. This is one of those, is this one of the,
Well, actually, and I may not have made it real clear in my email. Right before I sent the email, when I found this, I saw a seminar that I thought I could attend
okay,
and bring the information back. But then when I saw this applies. Everybody can
Okay.
attend. We can put it in our library and hold it.
okay.
So I guess could I make a motion to withdraw item number 21? Is that how we would do that, Tom?
Sure. Yeah, we'll remove it from the agenda so that way we're just getting rid.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So item 21 is just going to be removed. Or that's the motion. So Ms. Laird has made a motion to remove item 21 from the agenda. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Sorry. You and Mrs. Spiritu sound exactly the same to me this far away and in this big of a venue. Any discussion on that? Roll call, please.
Ms. Laird?
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom? Yes. Mrs. Spiritu?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved, so item 21 has been removed. All right, moving on to board member communications. Lori.
Well, it was nice to have all the kids here. It was awesome to see them. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, they're just so cute. And trying to get their names right and figure out who's who. I was looking at them trying to guess which one I thought. Didn't guess right. And thank you to all the people for all the donations again. And then all those teachers and people that are stepping up and helping out. I'm going through and I see all these people that I've known, my kids have had. There's some students on there that my kids went to school with that are now teachers or assistant teachers, and then the teachers that were here. So it was just nice to see everybody and have all of that and give the awards out. The little kids were so excited. So, but that's it.
Mary Alice?
It's great to have the students here and have the recognition for them. To see their families, their support, siblings, I mean, aunts and uncles I seen out there, grandparents, and I mean, the staff too. I mean, they're all part of their life and make a difference in their life. It's great to see them all gathered here to support them.
Chantal?
Very true. It's always so great to see the kids, and you're certainly right in the support family and our staff. I think that also shows in the additional credentials that the various teachers took their own time, their own financial expense to invest in their ability to teach our children. And I think that really goes to show why there was such a good number of students and families here able to participate. So thank you, faculty.
Sarah?
Congratulations to all of our stellar students and their families. As the Mrs. Brickner and Ms. Smith were reading through the bios of each of the children, I kept jotting down some of those adjectives used to describe the children and positive, kind, respectful, shine, work ethic, willingness, and love. So out of the behaviors of first, second, and third graders, I think we can all take a lesson. Because wouldn't the world be a better place if we all led and conducted ourselves like these first, second, and third graders? I had a whole mouthful of things to talk about because there's a ton going on with our kids right now as far as sports and other things. The Lady Giants just had some district honors go out today. I think Destiny Robinson got Player of the Year. Coach Vela got Coach of the Year for the district. Um, the boys team had one first team, two second team, all district players. Our swimmers just had a great showing this past weekend and have some swimmers going to districts. Um, we had a student, Naomi Medina, who had some art, placed first and second at Owens Community College, which is really, her art was really cool to see. The photography was really cool to see. So hopefully maybe we could display it somewhere publicly, so that the public can see those things. But anybody who wants to be connected to, what is going on with our kids in the community, I would encourage you, if you're Facebook users, to join Fremont City Schools and Fremont Ross High and the Music Boosters and Fremont Athletics. They all have Facebook page, and they do a nice job just celebrating, our kids, and what they're doing in the community. Some of the teen leadership also has a Facebook page as well. So if you want to know what's going on with our kids in the community, get linked up on Facebook. And Mean Girls the Musical, March 24th, 25th, and 26th, right here in the pack.
All right, thank you. Congratulations again to the students tonight, to the parents, to the family, to our staff that teach them. Proud moment for them, and actually a proud moment for Fremont schools and our community to have kids at such a young age. Like you said, Sarah, all those adjectives describing them. So good to be a part of a community that has young kids growing up showing those traits that we want and that we should all be striving for. So congratulations to them. Good luck to all the sports teams with the tournaments coming up. Basketball, swim, wrestling, all those are coming up. Spring sports are just around the corner. Spring musical is already in high gear, practicing, getting ready for that. So busy spring, busy couple months now before graduation will be here before you know it. So congratulations to TDA on the design and the award that they got here for our high school. Great to work with. So was SSOE on the elementary buildings and everything. And I think, to me, it's, since I was here and we were a part of it, Chantel and I were a part of that. I think you can see what can happen when you're diligent about trying to do the best you can without going way over budget and being mindful of everything. I mean, the different meetings that the district had with, whether it was architects or builders and local builders like Mosier Construction, and figuring out financing and having HEPE on board to maintain that, and getting with our first responders to integrate the safety part of it. I think the district did and the community did a great job at coming together, and I think it shows with PDA being able to be recognized by a national organization like that. So congratulations to them, and I'm glad it's done. So that's always a good thing. So if there isn't anything else, could I have a motion for adjournment, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Bloom. Could I have a second? Mrs. Bloom, sorry.
Second.
Second by Ms. Laird. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom? Yes. Ms. Laird?
Yes.
Mrs. Speartoo?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved. Meeting's adjourned.